World War II in 3D. This is a 2011 release, a 46-minute film, 1.78 to 1 aspect ratio, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. This is brought to us by Flight 33 Productions. There's a producer in here, Louis Tarantino. It actually says Louis C. Tarantino on here, so he may or may not be the same Louis Tarantino that did in 2007 did a war film called A Distant Shore. It's about African Americans during D-Day. And that came out in 2007. The subtitles in here are in English, German, Spanish, Dutch, Mandarin, and Polish. What do you got here? Man, I can't hardly find anything on this. There's no trailer, so I can't, put up any stills or anything. I mean, I could have cut a lot of stills of World War II pictures up and thrown them up in here, but that's not what's on this film, okay? I'm going to read it back to you. This is so unique. And by the way, I'm going to put a link here where you can pick this up, but we're going to talk about it in a minute. I'm going to read it back to you for the first time, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on what I'm reading here as to, fact, fiction, and how well it portrays what it says it's going to do. For the first time, you will see dramatic moments of World War II that were captured in 3D with stereographs and then shuttered away in secret archives and attics until now. Now that's true. That's true. There's quite a few of them. The drama part, dramatic moments, a lot of it's melodramatic moments, but okay, that's my take on it. This stunning collection of color 3D photos includes Allied reconnaissance photos, that's true, a trove of images that documents the rise and fall of the Third Reich. Now that's the main gist of this right here. This is a documentation on the rise and fall of the Third Reich as captured by Third Reich 3D photographers. I mean, when I heard, I'm like, what? Hitler, during the early days, even before the war, had 3D propaganda. The Third Reich, 3D propaganda, over and over. You're going to hear that in here. They put out 3D picture books with glasses and all the frames in them. And I looked online. Some of them are selling for $3,000 today. It was just a book of propaganda, and mainly it's definitely, there are war pictures in here. There are gearing up for war and things like that, because these same photographers did all of that. Okay, so and then there's photos secretly taken by a civilian in occupied France. Yeah, that's in here. In World War II in 3D also features an actual 3D motion picture film shot by the Nazis in 1943 and creates a fully immersive three-dimensional portrait of the history of the largest and bloodiest conflict. Now, yes, there is an actual 3D film in here. I think it's the only surviving film. It's a training film where they're training the Germans on how to aim the gun. They're all lined up, and how to point the gun and fire the gun, anti-aircraft gun. And funny thing about it, what ties this together, what makes this the World War II in 3D, because then it shows how 3D, through aerial reconnaissance photos, brought the Third Reich down. So you've got 3D bringing the Third Reich up, and you've got 3D bringing the Third Reich down. And that's basically the conflict. There are some unique photos here. If I could sum this up in one word, I would sum it up as mesmerizing. This was actually a gift from my son. And we watched it together, and he was, when it was over, we took our glasses off and looked at each other, and we were both mesmerized. We both said it was good. It's mesmerizing. You're looking at a scene, with Hitler and his generals and all that in 3D, and what it does is it separates everything, and you see the people in the background, you see the stuff up front, you see them. Before it was kind of like all one, and there's going to be some scenes here where historians will be putting on the glasses for the first time and looking at here, so that's kind of cool. And there's like a 91-year-old 3D photographer in here who's been photographing, I think it's orchids, ever since he was a little boy, and now he's like 91 years old. He's been doing 3D photography, all these years. And I think I heard a comment somewhere where 3D photography was actually, stereography, whatever, was out almost 100 years before Hitler even got into it. So it's something that as a 3D collector you got to have. It reminds me of the old stereo, the old stereo glasses when we were kids. And when you put your glasses on, you're actually doing like a lot of stills. But it's really good. It's mesmerizing, and you got to have it. I mean, if you're a collector, you got to have it. So what I'm going to do with this World War II in 3D, I'm going to give it 3 stars for the documentary. I'm going to give it 5 stars for the 3D efforts and all that they put into this film. So what'd you think? Did you see it? I don't know. It's hard to see. If you did, if you saw it in 3D, leave some comments below and let me know. And if you're going to pick this up, let me know. And if you know of any facts about those books that they're still around or things like that, these 3D books, let me know. Once you hit that like and subscribe button, I want you to have a good night. I want you to stay safe, and as always, God bless.